Hello everyone, hope you're having a good Easter. I thought I was going to play a bit of devil's advocate regarding the issue of this new, whatever you want to call it, female, I guess it's not female circumcision, it's female ritual something. The pinprick, basically. So the idea being with the pinprick that instead of performing an actual medical procedure that will alter the girl's body, it's really more of a ritual thing, and it doesn't really have any lasting effect, as far as I can tell. If I'm getting that wrong from the little article that Watcher Zazzle included, that is what it sounded like to me. And as I said, I'm going to be playing devil's advocate, so my position here is not really fixed. I would have to say I'm just not quite sure where I come down on it, but most people seem to have been pretty strongly opposed to it, so I guess I thought I'd bring in a slightly different viewpoint. And so the thing about this is people have brought up it's a medical procedure and it serves no real purpose, so therefore it should be illegal. Well, if it's a medical procedure that doesn't have any risk attached to it, and now that to me is the key thing. If it was really just some sort of a pinprick, that would probably carry virtually no risk. On the other hand, if it does carry risks, if there are risks of infection or something else, then that changes the situation. I'm against it, and it's going to be very hard to convince me not to be against the procedure. But if it's really just a pinprick, it doesn't carry any of the risks that are involved with either male or female circumcision, then I guess I would have to say it would fall within the realm of things that parents, for better or worse, can do with their young children. For example, a parent can choose to get his or her son or daughter pierced, and parents do that with fairly small children, your standard ear piercings, things like that. Now that procedure is obviously medically not, has no benefit. At that age, it really has no sociological or societal benefit for the child. The child is not going to get excluded or bullied for not having a piercing. So really the benefit to the child seems non-existent to me. And it's a procedure that actually does carry some risk. I didn't actually look up the stats, but I know when I got my ear pierced for the first time, I had an infection. And it wasn't serious. I didn't have to go to hospital or anything, but it was very, very painful. So, and I think it can actually lead, if you have an infection and you don't treat it, it can get very serious. You can obviously get blood poisoning, or you can get like an infection of the inner ear and bad stuff. Yet this procedure is legal in most places. Parental permission, you can basically get a child pierced at a very young age. I don't know whether there are laws that restrict it at all, but certainly from a very young age you will be able to get the child's ears pierced. I would compare those two procedures, and I would have to say if the risk there is similar and everything's above board in how the pinprick procedure is performed, I don't see that there's a medical case for banning it. The second part of it, of course, would be why is female circumcision being performed? What does it entail in form of prejudices that might be reinforced by having such a procedure and continuing with it? Because obviously from the cultural background, there's a lot of baggage associated with the procedure, and the idea that you have to do anything to that part of a girl's body, even if it's just symbolic. And I think that's probably a stronger argument to me than the health argument, if it can be shown that there's not really any risk or permanent damage. And yeah, I would have to say that on that basis, I'm definitely against. I'm against people doing it. I'm just not sure whether it's my right or whether it's the most effective way of preventing people from performing procedures like this or changing their minds about women to ban it. It may be, it may be, and I can definitely be convinced on that. And I'm not convinced either way, to be honest. I don't quite know where I stand on this question of how to foster positive attitudes. But my gut feeling is always that if you try to ban something to change people's opinions about things, it's a very, very kind of risky move, and it can actually work against what you're trying to do. And often I think education and trying to exterminate the practice by just making it something that is generally kind of not regarded well by the rest of society would be the ways that I would think would be more effective. So yeah, that was my little bit on this procedure. Watch Azazel's video on this. I probably should have said that in the beginning, before you watch this video. But yeah, I mean, again, it's more of a devil's advocate thing. So I'm not saying that it should be legal necessarily. I'm just kind of unsure on the whole topic myself, and I might be coming at it from a point of not having enough information about the procedure or about some facts surrounding it, because I'm not really especially well read up on either. So if either of these things are the case, and you think I was just ignorant of some important factors about this, please let me know. And I certainly didn't mean to tread on anyone's feet with this. Just playing devil's advocate. And I'm just a real sucker for trying to solve problems without the law getting involved, unless it's really directly going to be hurting people, to not get the law involved. Because, as I said, I think it's more effective. I think it's creating that lasting change in people's attitudes is something we have to achieve through societal means, societal pressures, through norms that are enforced not by law but by kind of societal pressure. Anyways, this was Church of STFU. I will see you guys all later. Hope you're having an excellent Easter, whether you're atheist or Christian, doing the Easter egg hunt and things like that. All the good heathen traditions. Alright, later guys.